Hi, welcome to this new edition of MHS Mini Views. I'm joined here with Mr. Knapp, coach of the wrestling team. Nice to have you here.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
I'm going to jump right into some questions. How did this year go as a team?
This was a different year from last year. We were built as a dual meet team, meaning head-to-head competition was our strength. We were not necessarily the strongest tournament team we've ever had, but we got a lot of young kids into the lineup, so they got a lot of experience. Threw a couple really young kids to the wolves, and then I guess that being said, the time spent with the team was fantastic, and I really enjoyed it. Great group of kids this year, so the season felt like it went very fast.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, were there any particular wrestlers that stood out or throughout the crowd?
Well, like I said, we threw so many young kids into the lineup. I could talk about a lot of kids who just really went out and did their best for us, and we really appreciate that. But there's three wrestlers in particular this year who I felt really stood out in different ways. I'll start with the youngest. Caillou Sakura is a sophomore on the team and made it as far as all states this year. And I was really proud of his effort and the way he improved over last season. And he ended with a fantastic career. I think he had like 35 wins this year or something. Second person I would say is our furthest reaching into the postseason was our 160-pounder senior Gabe Alves. Gabe has only wrestled for 2 years. He was out almost the entire season last year with a broken finger, and really showed up this year. Did a whole bunch of off-season work and really showed up and did well. And we just found out this morning didn't get into the New England tournament, so that was kind of a disappointment. And thirdly, I'd have to say it's probably MHS Mini Views' finest, Richie Weber, who didn't have as good a postseason as he did last year. However, really showed up for dual meets, and I think you ended with over 30 wins.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. And was the leader of the team. Would get kids' practices organized, would just do a whole bunch for us when the coaches weren't there, and even when we were there. So I appreciate your leadership.
Thank you.
Those three in particular. Again, there were a lot of great kids, but those three stood out to me.
Yeah, thank you. And now with the freshmen on the team, how do you think that they contributed to the team?
Well, so we had Malcolm X Mukisa and Adam Hussein step into the lineup as freshmen, and having never wrestled before, and really got their butts handed to them for quite a while. But towards the end of the season, and stuck with it. Came to every practice, worked their tails off, and by the end of the season, we're doing really, really well. I think both ended with maybe close between 5 and 10 wins, but all those wins were gained near the end of the season when they just started realizing that they've worked hard enough, they deserve to be out there, and they can win.
Right. So, and they did do really good at the end of the year, too.
Yeah.
Now, we had a new coach this year. Kind of pushed me around a little bit, pushed everyone around, made it really hard. What did you think about the new coach?
I love Carrick Rogers' energy. I thought he brought a whole new attitude to practice and to matches. I love his enthusiasm. He was willing to stay after practice and work with kids either in small groups or individually, which I think made a big difference. And I loved having him on the team. I really appreciate his input and his energy. It was fantastic.
Yeah, he's a really good coach.
I loved it.
Finally, is there anything else that you'd like to say to anyone who's on the fence about joining the wrestling team for the upcoming year?
Well, we've always seen kids come out their sophomore and junior year, end up doing well, like think of Sammy Johnston, come out, do well, and inevitably they part the team their senior year saying, why didn't I do this sooner? Why didn't I join as a freshman? Why didn't I give it a try early on? So I would warn against that, because once kids are on that team and they're working hard and they see the improvement coming, and wrestling's a very tangible sport. All of a sudden you start beating people instead of just getting beat. And when you start seeing that, it is so rewarding that kids just are very regretful when they did not take the sport up earlier on. And next year, that being said, next year we're going to need some of those freshmen to come out. And if you're on the fence, don't be. Just take the plunge, come on out for the team. I guarantee you a rewarding experience, and also just time spent with a great group of people.
Yeah, I approve that message. It is pretty true. Thank you, Mr. Knapp, for joining us today.
Thank you, Richie.
With MHS Mini Views, I'm Richie Weber. So long.